Hello, good evening, and welcome to Baldur's Gate 2, where I'm going to be doing some more favors for the Shadow Thieves tonight in the hopes that they'll actually get off their butts and start moving to help me rescue Imoen. I mean, I as the player know that Imoen isn't there to be rescued anymore, but the character doesn't, so the character really cares about doing these things so that, we can rescue Imoen, right? So, what I will be doing first thing tonight is pretending to be a co-conspirator or something. I'm not sure the exact. I'm supposed to observe a meeting between some soon-to-be ex-Shadow Thieves and the Guild of Vampire Thieves, who wish to replace the Shadow Thieves. And I can't remember if it was that I was supposed to pretend to also be a deserter or if I was just supposed to observe. But either way, we're gonna go in. And on the second floor, in one of these rooms, I guess? Hello? Nope. Okay, not this room. Raikun, hello, good evening. Missed the last several streams. What sort of shenanigans? Well, the party's being shaken up a little. I have Valgar now. And I finally paid the money to the Shadow Thieves to be able to go and rescue Imoen. Excuse me, what is going on in here? Why is this tavern patron in here with this unconscious woman? Got tired of Anomen or a temporary benching? Well, I needed to have Valagar in my party so that I could go into the planar spear that's over in the slums. So Anomen was the easiest one to replace. And Valagar doesn't lecture me on whether or not I'm being a good person, so he's sticking with the party for a little while at least. Hello? Anyone in here? Ah, here we are. And I wasn't really tired of Anomen as I'm trying to play a super goody two shoes game, and Anomen was super goody two shoes. Unfortunately, he also, wanted to talk to me constantly. Valgard, near as I can tell, is just happy you don't try and collect. Well, yeah, I may have pissed off the cowled wizards by having Valgar around and going into the planar spear myself instead of handing him over so that they could go in. But I'm not exactly a big fan of the cowled wizards, to be honest, so if they want to hunt my butt down, I will be happy to introduce them to both of my swords. Alright, Jalos, who are you? Damn, I knew we'd be followed. Yes, this is one of the two people we were looking for, so. They do have Imoen, so it makes sense you wouldn't. Exactly! Ease up, Jalos. Maybe they's just here for the same reason we are. Lots were talking about making the switch. Could be, I suppose. You there, what are you doing here? Speak and be quick about it. I've come to kill a couple of traitors to the Shadow Thieves, seen any around. Just wandering by, really. It's a public tavern. Something wrong with that? Or you here to meet with the contact too? I was worried you were here to kill me. Oh, let's go with the third one. Let's go with number 3. I was worried you were here to kill me. You too? I thought we'd be... Keep your damn voices down. Cripes, you'd think the whole guild was going. We've just got to sit and wait then. You keep your mouths shut and stay still. Blocking the doorway? Sure, I can block the doorway. I'm very good at blocking doorways. Sorry, Jalos, I was just glad to see someone else doing the same thing. Oh, you poor hapless idiots. Stop using my name, damn it. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. We'll just have to see. All right, friend. Just who is it you think we're going to meet? Come on, stop playing games. The contact, the one for the other guild. I've forgotten his name, but I was told to meet him here. Or why? Don't you know? You trying to pry information out of me? You a spy? Huh? 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 You know what? Let's go with that last one. That last one sounds like it's going to be the most fun. What? No, I know it. I ain't no spy. Shut up, or they'll just kill us instead of taking us. Ah, jeez, they think we're spies. We're gonna die. All right, everyone, just calm down. You don't know the name. You don't know the name. Maybe I know the name very, very well. Maybe it's my name. Maybe I'm the contact. Or listen to your pal, friend. You're in big trouble. This is a tricky one. I'm not sure which way to go. The second one is definitely not the right one. The third one is probably not the direction that we want this conversation to go, so I guess I'm just gonna taunt him about not knowing the name. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I've had enough. I don't care who you are, you're gonna die. Kill him before Grayson gets here, or they'll never take us. Ah, thank you very much, gentlemen. Contact is Grayson. Thank you, Can. Can, you are such an idiot. He's very helpful. You shut up. Well, I apparently have murder on my mind, so... Yes? I will go for Jalos, just because. You Minsk, punch. You go for Kahan. Chihira, you back up Minsk. Valgar with me. I'm ready. Yoshimo, you know what? Kahan has a shield. You do the thing. And Eri, you just back us up on Jalos. Okay, everybody has their orders? Go, go, go! What is the meaning of this? I could hear this fight from the street outside. What is going on here? Oh, there's so many options. Okay. Nothing, Grattan. Just, some spies that had to be dealt with. Nothing, Gravis. Just some nasty spies that had to be dealt with. Nothing, Graylin. Just a little trouble with some spies before we could meet. Nothing, Grayson. Just some spies that had to be dealt with before we could meet. Nothing, Gravy. Just some spies that had to be dealt with before we could meet. Nothing, Grissel, just some spies that had to be dealt with before we could meet. Or, oh, to the hells with it! I know you were meeting traitors here. Where are your masters? So I know you did the stuff at Umar Hills, the Temple Ruins, the Windspear Hills, what other... Where have I been? I've been out to the Umar Hills, I've been to the Windspear Hills... I went into the Planar Spear. I rescued Raceland from... I rescued a bunch of Planar Travelers from the consequences of their everything. There's a bard hanging around in the basement here, actually, who would join my party if I wanted him. What else have I done? I solved a few murders. Oh, I've done so many things. I just don't remember what order I did in any of them. The Haired List quests? Oh yes, I did deal with the beholder cult in the sewers, and the wizard whose tower was in the sewers as well, which is a really weird place to keep a tower, by the way. Most people would call that a basement. But man, I've done a lot. Okay, so we know that the name of the person is Grayson, which means the only one here that says Grayson is number 4. Nothing, Grayson, just some spies that had to be dealt with before we could meet. Hi, hello, how are ya? I see. Well, a necessary commotion then, though we should not wait here long. Your new berth is beneath the graveyard district, behind the blue stone doors. Blue stone doors, huh? Okay. I'm gonna make a note of that. Other thief guild in graveyard, like I didn't know that already. Behind the blue stone doors. That's all we needed to know. Now you should feel the wrath of the shadow thieves. Might I ask what our reward was to be again? I would like it clarified. Or, well, we shall be on our way then. Give our regards to Lassel. What was the reward again? You've been well schooled in this already. You are not who you say you are. You will die here before you can tell what you've learned. You know, that just because I wanted to confirm the contract didn't mean I was a spy, but I am actually a spy, so here is where you die. So everybody, gang up on the one dude here. Okay? Okay.
I am your doom.
Wow, he died real easy. Okay, you take that. You know what? Take those as well.
Swords, not words.
Interesting how Minsk can't actually see that blue sword.
Speak.
Contact's note. Well, I'll take the two-handed sword and pass it over to Minsk. That's what I'll do. Alright, what does this note have to say? Grayson, you've been given all the funds necessary for your duties, so you are to act without hesitation. The coin we have offered to the gravekeeper should be more than sufficient to keep him out of the crypts. Funds must also be offered to keep the city exterminators from hunting the spiders. If they find that blasted Pai Na and her pets, they cannot help but find us as well. See to these instructions with all haste. Lassel. Huh. Copy that note. Definitely something to take back to the other dude. Anything else interesting in here? Let's see. A short sword, splint mail, medium shield, a wakizashi, a katana, a plate mail, and a helmet. Nothing too exciting, huh?
Yes? Quickly and precisely.
Well, everybody, let's get out of this room. What These canvassed wagons have been brought inside and converted to decoration. But why? What on earth is the point?
What do you need? I can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Also, why is there so much music? Maybe that's why there's so much music? Dang, what was the guy's name?
Without hesitation.
I think this might be the Bard.
You said something?
Oh, no, he's not. Look, I don't be wanting to buy nothing, and I ain't selling nothing. Leave me be. Okay, I'm sure you must be associated with something else, but I just can't find it in me to actually care. I wonder how one gets over there. Oh, through the door. That would be a good way. That would be an excellent way.
You require my counsel.
Yoshimo?
Foot and all that.
All that for a single bloodstone ring. Disappointing.
Speak. This will not take long.
Anything else interesting in here? Not really. Okay. We're just going to let everybody get into their appropriate order here. And Aaron's tasks to receive the Shadow Thieves' aid because paying them off was not enough. Alright, the defectors from the Shadow Thieves have been killed, and the contact who had come to collect them attacked me. I discovered the rival guild is based in the Graveyard District, but little else. Hopefully this is all the information that Aaron Linvale requires. Okay, so we need to go back and tell him, rather than checking out the graveyard ourselves yet. He's going to send us to the graveyard. He's absolutely going to send us to the graveyard to take care of this BS. Or actually, just one moment. There's some other things that I want to check while I'm here.
Yoshimo is willing.
This probably isn't the upstairs of the appropriate inn, but I just want to have a look around and see if I can't find that stuffed animal. Because maybe I remembered the wrong inn. I really hope I remembered the wrong inn, because I can't get to the upstairs of the coronet.
It must be done.
If memories are right behind me, right?
What the heck is he doing in here? Why are so many people hanging out in this room with this unconscious woman?
What is it? It will be done.
You know what? It's just making me uncomfortable. Let's just...
So this way? Very well. Hiya.
I really don't think that necessitated a hiya.
Certainly.
Yeah, what if we just keep repeatedly talking to this guy?
You said something?
I know. We'll rest easy now that that business is all over with. What business?
You said something?
Yoshi's a bit extra like that. Yeah. But I mean, as far as neutral thieves go, he's pretty alright.
Ready, Yokata.
Alright, we're just gonna do this in front of all the witnesses. No stuffed animal.
Yes?
Okay.
I'm listening. Without doubt.
Let's see. There he is. Herr Dallas, Hrothgar Firehammer, Jerry Jamtoes. All the people I'm not talking to right now. Oh, wait. This isn't where I wanted to be. Whoops.
Quickly and precisely. Without hesitation.
Okay, where is the exit hiding? There it is.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay.
This will not take long.
We'll have a meander through the midnight streets. Hopefully Yoshimo won't get in trouble. Unrelated to current events, were we planning on doing the Throne of Ball expansion? I hadn't actually decided. I know that after I finish this game, I'm going to go on to play Baldur's Gate 3, but I hadn't decided whether or not I was going to do the expansion. I do, in fact, have the expansion as part of this game, but I really hadn't made decisions. I figure I have quite a bit more game to go before I have to make such decisions, though. Alright, back to the docks.
If it must be done.
Wait a minute, what the heck is... I don't know what the heck is going on there. Okay, to the guild hall. Come on, everybody, keep up. I mean, I did do the expansion of the other game. So, I mean, for symmetry, like, I did the expansion, the Siege of Dragonspear for Baldur's Gate 1. So, possibly... Possibly I will also do the expansion for this one, just for symmetry's sake, but... Okay, this is ridiculous. One moment while I... We're not gonna do this like 5 feet at a time. That's getting ridiculous. We're just gonna... We're gonna watch the autopather move everybody along. Depending on what side quests you've done already and which ones you end up finding and doing in the future, there's still a goodly long chunk of game. Yeah, and I do tend to try to do as many side quests as I come across. Okay, I hope to heck I was supposed to report back to this guy rather than go directly to the graveyard, which is not something I want to do at night anyway. That seems like a really bad idea.
What have you to report of Jalos and Kahan?
The contact and your defectors are dead. They spoke of the graveyard district. The graveyard district. Undoubtedly they've made their lair within the crypts below. From what we have seen of their dark nature, I am not surprised. You are not the only ones who were busy last night. The leader of this rival guild, Bati by name, made a daring attack upon us. She can only be a vampire, and I suspect many of her servants are as well. The time has come to strike back to protect our people and the city she has invaded. Be on your guard. This body is the most intelligent and brutal foe I have ever had. If we are lax in our vigilance, we will be at the disadvantage. Go to the graveyard district and find their hideout. There's a network of tombs beneath the graves where another spy tracked one of Body's servants. There you shall find a set of blue doors just north of a spider den. The doors are too heavy for any mortal to open, but the vampires likely pass with ease. Okay. I am just gonna, let's see. Actually, let's pull up the previous dialogue. Whoop. Okay. Alright. Network of tombs. blue doors just north of Spider Den. Okay, so if we find the Spider Den, we should be able to find the blue doors. Siege of Dragonspear is interesting, feels different from the game around it due to totally different writers. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I took a bit of issue with Siege of Dragonspear in that I have to say the sound balancing was absolutely terrible in that one. The music was all louder than the dialogue, which was really, really irritating. The story itself, I didn't have a problem with right up until the end. The story was actually really quite good up until the end, where I was suddenly framed for murder. And no matter what I did, I would still be framed for murder. It was very irritating to be just sort of done like that. I know that they had to do it that way in order to explain why my character was not in Baldur's Gate and thus was easy to kidnap to start this game, but I only played it once versus Baldur's Gate. Yeah, whoever did the sound in the Siege of Dragonspear, they messed it up. They really messed it up. So I only have two complaints about the Siege of Dragonspear, which is the ending and the sound design. The writing up until the ending was fine. I enjoyed myself. It was fun crashing around and complaining about a lawful stupid paladin and all of that sort of joyful stuff. And it was really good. Right up until the ending. Well, at least it should be adjustable somewhere in the settings. Unfortunately, it's all one sound. You can't adjust the music and the voices independently in either the Enhanced Edition of Baldur's Gate 1 or this Enhanced Edition of Baldur's Gate 2. Little bit annoying, so you have to rely on the sound design. And yeah, that one person, and I don't know if it was the original one or if it was the Enhanced Edition, but whoever did that, they hecked up. I assume you have some plan other than me banging my head against the door. We will need assistance opening it then, and what am I supposed to do? Let's go with number 2. We'll need assistance opening it. I shall send a mage to meet you there and arrange for the doors to be opened. Here, you shall need these stakes if you are truly to finish these creatures. Has to be an Enhanced Edition then. Siege of Dragonspear is new to the games and was made by the devs that made the Enhanced Edition. Oh, I see. I wasn't sure if it was an expansion that was made for the Enhanced Edition or if it was an expansion that was included in the Enhanced Edition. I've done very little research because it's an old game. Everything is covered in spoilers. And I have been trying very hard to avoid spoilers. Although it has been very, very difficult to completely avoid spoilers for Baldur's Gate 3, which is unfortunate. But yay, free stakes! When you've destroyed their evil, return to me, and I will fulfill our bargain. Do this job well, and you may see Imoen by the morning. What say you? I'll go to the graveyard district at once. These vile creatures will not escape. This is too dangerous. There could be any number of vampires there. Or I say you are stalling. You ask more and more, but deliver very little. BG1 was 1996, BG2 was 2000, Throne of Ball was 2001, and Siege of Dragonspear was made by the company that did the Enhanced Editions, then came out in 2016. Ah, I see. These vile creatures will not escape me. You have my best wishes, Foxwine. I wish you well. While my information was of use to Iran, it appears he had a few other sources as well. The rival guild's leader, named Body, is most certainly a vampire. And my investigation has confirmed that she and her undead minions can be found in the network of tombs beneath the graveyard district. I am to go to these tombs and destroy Body and her guild. I am to receive assistance from a mage and his golem who will open an immovable set of blue doors that are just north of a nest of spiders in the underground tomb. The final assault on these vampires will occur there, and Iran has given me 4 wooden stakes with which to put these vampires their final rest. I hope they're reusable, because there can't possibly be only 4 vampires. Sorry, 98 for BG1, not 96. Curse Boomer Brain mixing things up. Oh no, Boomer Brain. That's an incurable disease, you know. Okay, so we want to go over here. Bye! I should probably stop writing their locations so explicitly lest some crafty thief steal my journal. Hold on, what? Wait a minute. I don't know where that note was put, but it amuses me a great deal, and I'm very... Only gets worse with time. Text was in the journal? No, I don't think it was. Like, it's definitely not in the quests. The journal... the most recent thing is the Grayson. Nope, it's not in there. It was just sort of a note about, you know, maybe I should stop writing things so explicitly lest some clever thief steal my journal, but it was there and gone again so quickly. Okay, where... Keep up, Jaheira! Sheesh. Okay, save, because I don't want to have to do all that walking all over again. And actually, let's take a moment. Are these equipables? They are not. They're just gonna hang out in my inventory and take up space with everything else. Well, at least I don't have to go and buy wooden stakes, huh? I really feel like maybe I should sleep until morning, but unfortunately this game isn't quite that fine when it comes to deciding these things. I can sleep for 8 hours. I can't say I want to sleep until daylight. I can't say, you know, I want to have a long rest. I can't say any of those things. I can't believe that the strongbox key is still just hanging out there. Oh well. To the graveyard! Okay, let's see here. Entrance to the lower tombs. District exit. Entrance to lower tombs. I think we're closer to this one, so let's go to this one.
Quickly and precisely.
In we go.
I'm listening.
Okay, now is when we are going to have to... Jamie, hello, good evening, welcome to the stream. Actually, come to think of it, didn't we clear this spider lair already? Because I remember being here. And it does seem to be quite free of spiders.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Without hesitation.
Entirely free of spiders, in fact. Oh yeah, I've cleaned this place out. Well, thank you, me, for doing the work ahead of time.
Will not take long.
Spiders done been smushed and sliced and diced. Okay, so north of the spider lair, which means up here? Oh, hey, look, I missed a spider. I missed several spiders. Did I not come up this way? Exit to surface, to southern dungeons. Well, I've been this way, but I guess the spiders respawned.
Good to see a like-minded friend.
Has been here. At last, you've arrived. These spiders were starting to make me nervous. Allow me to open these doors for you. What's that little pack of spiders? You have a golem. Fleshy, go forth and open the doors. Now, you stupid creature. Now, Foxwine, I trust you're prepared. As prepared as someone with only 4 steaks can be. Oh, goody. Spiders made him nervous, yet they let him walk right past them without a fight. Makes total sense. I mean, maybe they're not stupid spiders. Maybe they saw the golem and they were like, oh, that looks like squishing power. I kind of want to talk to Lassel, but what am I supposed to do about this Grim Warder? Okay, everybody, gang up on the Grim Warder. Fools! The mistress knew you would come. Fight then, and know you die for nothing. Well, I guess that's all the conversation I'm going to be having with Lassel. Who is now departing the scene? Yep. If I was a spider, a raging Minsk would be just as scary as a golem. You didn't even help in this fight. Your golem was helpful, but what the heck are you? Oh, okay. Has actually hit something with magic damage. I will allow that Has actually did something.
I can hold no more. That item has been dropped.
Man, I hate only having one inventory space. Okay. Alright, has been here and gone. Come then, come to your doom. Dare you breach the inner sanctum? I think not. Oh, we dashed. We dashed a lot of things. Alright, where's... Oh, lovely, okay. The item quantity limit combined with the weight limit definitely makes the game feel a bit aged.
So be it.
Yeah. Personally, I hit the quantity limit a long time before I get to the ammo stacks only used to go up to 40 as well. Well, at least they go to 80. Okay, so what is down here? And why is Yoshimo in the back?
What do you need? I am nothing dangerous, I would hope.
Yeah, Yoshimo, I want you to be kinda up in
If it
front.
must be done.
Because you are my trap detection person. Okay, I heard the sound of something being revealed. Where is it? Seriously, where is where is whatever was just revealed? That looks like a very uncomfortable bed. Alright, Yoshimo, time for you to shine.
Dance on the head of a pin as well.
Ooh, more steaks. Excellent. And more steak. I wonder, should I be like passing these around to everybody, or what am I supposed to do with the steak? It's not an equipable. It just hangs out in the inventory until it's time to use it. Whatever. More steak is definitely good steak. Huh, staircase. Another exit to the surface. Okay, so it's a shortcut. Ooh, golem. Okay. Golem, be gone! I was just about to ask what was in this room to be guarded.
Yes? Certainly.
Be doubly careful. I'm sure all manner of stupid mousetraps.
Vampire retreated to this coffin once you defeated it. If you have a wooden stake, you can try to kill it. Yes, I do have a wooden stake. I would like to do that. How? You pound the stake through the vampire's foul heart. The creature shall prey on the blood no more on the blood of others. Okay, okay. So as I defeat vampires, they'll retreat to this general area? The vampire is truly dead, and the coffin reeks of carrion. There is nothing else you can do with it. Okay, so as I missed up with the vampires, I gotta come back to this room. So, you know what? I'm going to... Whoop! I'm going to mark this as Vamp Retiring Chamber. Where it's where they retire when they get injured, and also where they're going to retire from existence.
What is it? Without doubt.
Okay, and what's here? A fledgling.
Glory will be ours today.
Nature, take the
there's more than one retiring chamber. That's what we got.
Speak.
Vampire retreated. Okay. Two down.
Yes.
One more for this room to go, but the third one went in a... the last one went in a different direction. That's a lot of blood. The pool is filled with what is obviously blood. You can enter the pool if you dare. I don't really want to. I really don't want to. Seems like a really bad idea. Aha, I thought I saw the vampire go this way. Ooh, a ghoul.
I am your doom.
I'll help however I can.
Well, you take that and put it in your case where I will forget that it exists.
Faster than Chick-Tick a fast paws.
Oh man, how do I get everybody? There we go.
Without hesitation.
Why did the ghoul have a scroll? It'd be really nice if I could find the other retiring chamber. Pretty sure downstairs is where I go for more vampire, but... Okay, there's another fledgling this way.
Get those second chances. Right. Holy thanks.
My weapon is of no use.
That room looks really spiky. Been a while since the last time I played, but I think tapping enter on your keyboard should select the whole party.
No effect. Of no use.
There we go. This room looks really spiky. Okay, let's try that. Tapping enter. Actually, the whole party's already selected. Never mind.
May I ask you for your opinion on something?
Is now really the time? If you wish, or we haven't the time for this, Valgar. You know what? You're not Animan, so I'm gonna give you a chance to, you know, not start yourself on this trend of interrupting everything we do with all of this. But, okay, what do you want my opinion on? What is your opinion on redemption? Can one who has committed evil acts ever become good again? I take it you're referring to Lavok? Yes, I think so. If we weren't given the chance to redeem ourselves by performing acts of kindness, what would be the point to living? No, I don't think so. You must always be careful not to stain your soul with sin, in my thinking, or you will be forever damned. Perhaps, Falgar. It depends on the person, and the deeds. Or, I truly don't know. That's a question better suited to a philosopher, which I am not. And actually, the answer that I have highlighted is the one that I'm going to be going with here, because A, I'm pretty sure my character thinks that way, and B, me, the player, thinks that way. So, if you can't redeem yourself, then what is the point of counting sins? That seems very optimistic of you, Foxwine. I wonder if that is truly so. It seems to be another pool of blood. This hideous torture room is dominated by a blood-encrusted drain in the center. It appears as if victims are thrown in the room to bleed out their lives on the cruelly spiked floor. Why the blood is collected in this drain remains a mystery. I mean, vampires? Why do vampires collect blood? Come on, it doesn't seem that Oh, and it's covered in traps. But not much else. Yeah, okay, fine, yes. We will exit the chamber of blood. Gotta love the bloody giant faces on the wall, too. You know, I wasn't gonna mention those. They look like they were having enough problems without me bringing attention to them. Okay, so... I think downstairs is the main place to go. I'm not interested in staking fledglings when I only have so many stakes, so... Let's try the downstairs, which I suspect is the place where we're supposed to go anyway. Looks like nobody took major damage from the spikes that I walked them all over, so... Just in case, a little, excuse me, a little quick save before we switch maps.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Yes, well...
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
This will not take long.
Oh, that is a ghoul. Not a Rassal ghoul, just a ghoul.
What can I do?
Well, you can grab that scroll and put it in your case where I will forget it exists. Yes, thank you.
Speak. I am listening.
And more ghoul. Hooray, hooray, the ghouls are all here. Oh, wait, Valgar is leveled up. Okay, let's see. No points to spend, so I don't have to make any decisions. We just hit Dune. Quite the forehead on this one. Alright. Now, if I hit enter... Nope, enter is definitely not selecting the whole party. So...
Yes?
Back to selecting them by drawing squares. A lot of strength on. Yes, that's the way he came packaged. Oh look, fledgling vampire. Oh, it's crowded in here. Soon it will be less crowded. Well, somebody just leveled up and got 150 hit points out of it. I think. Or is that... Oh, no, that's because of the spell. Oh, I see. I just got an achievement for having 150 hit points, and I realize it's because there's a spell that added to my hit points. 2 doors. Unalike in dignity. Well, let's try this one. One ambush you have survived, but the battle is far from over. Find me upstairs in the room of blood and blades. You're really starting to irritate me, man.
I can hold no more. That item has been dropped.
Be doubly careful. I'm sure all manner of stupid. Where shall I display my skill at fleet of foot and all that?
Weirdly empty. You know, there's an awful lot of blood here for the number of vampires that we've seen. The central pool is full of fresh, constantly flowing blood from an unknown source. The room is thick with its smell. I mean, either these vampires are complete gluttons, or there's a lot more vampires than we've seen. Oh-ho, what do we have here? We have a trapped chest is what we have. Alright, Yoshimo.
Whatever you need, I do it well. So this day, Yoshimo is willing.
But not able. Try from this side, Yoshimo. We're directly below a room filled with spikes and a blood pit. I'm not sure why the pulse spawn, the narrator, thinks the source is unclear. Because she's a good person. Okay, Yoshimo, you stand over here. Everybody else, get the heck out of the way. Just step out of the room. Man.
I'm ready. You're right behind me, right?
Locked. Of course it's locked. Alright. Unlock it. The jars and other receptacles here contain things like preserved hearts and other organs. How Egyptian of them. Alright, send that over that away. Put it in the gem pouch. Interesting. Okay. Take the katana and the splint mail, hand them to Minsk to carry because Minsk does all the heavy carrying in our group.
Yes?
Okay, so dude we're trying to hunt down is waiting for us upstairs in the spike room. Why did we even come down here then?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Quickly and precisely.
For the epic see you nerds upstairs. I mean, probably, but also that's dumb. Welcome to the spike room. We have fun and games. Is it just me, or is he not here? Oh, no, wait, there he is. Think yourself brave enough to stand before me? Perhaps bravery is not enough. Bravery, stupidity, whatever gets the job done. It shall be enough this day to end your evil life, beast. Or, you are on the defensive, and yet you taunt. Such gall. Alright, number two. It shall be enough this day to end your evil life. You cannot destroy me. I'm your better in all things. Your blood will fill the halls of this place. You are not worthy of being fed upon. For Mistress Body, I will eviscerate you. She shall have tapestries of your sinew and bone. Come to your end. I mean, but what if I don't want to come to my end? What if I want Aerie to hit you with the Fond of Fire instead?
Oh my! What is it?
I I have to admit, the cloud, it's not moving. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, no, it disappeared.
Yes, without hesitation. What is it?
Well, we're gonna hope that the third bed that we found is his.
This will not take long.
Okay, going straight up towards the door should be fairly safe. There we go. Alright, retiring chamber. Move it, move it, move it. Hup, 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 hup.
Speak. If it must be done. I had hoped it would not come to this. But you are set in your path, aren't you?
Oh, very much so. And I don't like vampires. It's nothing personal. Killing you is just business. It's a job I must do. Destroying you is just a bonus. What would you know of my path? Or I will always come into conflict with creatures like you. I mean, it's either number 3 or number 4, so... What would you know of my path? I know about many things. About you, your employers, what they intend. Can you say as much? Do you truly know these people cloaked in shadow? No, but they're promising to do something I want, so I don't care. You will say anything to try and talk me out of this. I will not listen. You must know I will view anything you say now with great suspicion. Or talk all you want, it will change nothing. They're all pretty much the same thing, just a slightly different tone. You'll say anything to try and talk me out of this. I won't listen. You may believe what I say or not. I have little concern about the matter. It would seem you are determined to make a nuisance of yourself regardless. Tell me, have the Shadow Thieves done more than promise? Have they delivered anything, or have they simply made certain you are always within reach? Well, I mean, yes. But also, it was either them or vampires. I know my choices. I imagine they are confused as to what their goals are. Have they said why they sought your service? Why they offered to help you? Their service has not come cheaply. I have paid more than enough for it. I don't care. I will take advantage of what they offer and then move on. Or perhaps they have some sympathy for my plight. The rescue I wish is a worthy cause. I mean, for me, as the player, the second answer is the correct one. However, I think for the character, we're going to go with the first one. I have paid more than enough for their service. Have you? Was the gold so important to them? Or were you being observed, your capabilities mapped and charted? Ask yourself what you bring to the equation. Gold? Gold is never in short supply for long. Service? Possibly, but there are others that would serve as well. Say what you must and be quick about it. This will only end in battle anyway. And what would you suggest, that I join with you instead? Or I trust them because it is convenient to do so. They know little about me. I mean, once again, me, it would be the second one in tones of deepest sarcasm, because don't don't ally with vampires. Just don't. Even if you're an evil character, allying with vampires is only going to get you into trouble. Worse trouble. Say what you must and be quick about it. This will only end in battle. Oh no, I'm quite sure this will end in violence. You are too volatile for my purposes. I merely wondered if you knew the extent to which you were being used. Count Chocula is great, though. I mean, if you like chocolate milk, you will definitely like Count Chocula. But there are much better ways of getting chocolate milk than by way of your cereal. No one uses me. The Shadow Thieves know as much as I choose to tell them. Or the Shadow Thieves seem to be honest in their dealings so far. Neither of those answers are correct. Both those answers are wrong. And I mean, I know I'm being used. And if it gets me to my ends, then I'm fine with that. But that isn't the answer. That isn't an answer that I'm able to give, anyway. Well, the second one seems to be a stupid and credulous lie, so I'm just going to go with, no one uses me. They only know what I choose. Do they really? Are you certain? What if their interest in you is more than simply mercenary? What if they knew full well who you are and what you are? I mean, I don't care who my father is, and the fact that so many people do is very disturbing. You look surprised. I know what you are, child of Baal. Irenicus told me. He might have learned more, awakened your power, but the thieves interrupted him. Well, I'm glad. I'm very glad. I don't want to do anything that Irenicus wants me to do. And hopefully Irenicus hasn't actually figured that out yet. But when it comes down to it, you know, now that you've revealed that you are a friend of Irenicus, you will never be a friend of mine. I don't know what you're trying to do. What do you know of Irenicus? I owe him a debt for what he has done. What do you know of my capture? Or I will have what he knows. If you share that knowledge, I demand you relinquish it. What do you know of Irenicus? I owe him a debt. Oh, do I owe him a debt? I know more than your brain could hold in a lifetime. There's so much beneath your nose, so much you do not see. Why, even Imoen escaped your notice. Yeah, well, I do suspect that that's not entirely Imoen in there anymore, but it's still Imoen's body, and I want it back. Imoen was taken from me. I will find her, and I will find this Irenicus. This Irenicus did not seem the type to have anyone close to him. Why were you there? What did he want with us? What power did he speak of? You know what? This Irenicus did not seem the type to have anyone close to him. Why were you there? I was there because I chose to be, the duty of any good sister. Of course, you are not familiar with such virtues, since those around you fail at them so terribly. Sister? I grow tired of this conversation. You have asked your questions and made your threats, and I have indulged them both. Now this will end. Good. I'm so sick of wordy opponents. There's more I should ask. You could shed so much light on my situation. So you are to destroy me? Has this Irenicus lost interest in me, then? But Irenicus was taken at the same time Imoen was. Should we not work together? Or fine with me, let it end with your blood, and then I will move on to Irenicus. So you are going to destroy me? Has Irenicus lost interest, then? There is much to be learned through duress. Such a curiosity you are. Come, let us both learn a thing or two. Yippee skippy. Let's see here. I have another wand of fireball. I have a wand of lightning. What is this one? Wand of Frost. Wand of the Heavens. You know, I seem to be overly blessed with wands of lightning, so, oh, this is gonna sting. Alright. Lightning bolt that witch. No, I'm not going to use every single charge on her. What do you take me for? Just one.
Yes?
I will hit her.
What do you need? I am skilled in avoidance.
Where are you? Are you like... Oh, man. Okay, you're going to step over here.
Hiya. And boost.
Minsk and Boo will go for the eyes.
I await your need.
Chihira will also do the thing.
I'll aid you if I can.
Valgar. And Eri, you're standing too close, but I have you doing something, so do your thing.
So be it. I am your doom.
You need something?
Yeah, I need you to step over here.
You require my counsel, yes?
Well, that certainly was educational. I have seen enough and I am done with you. For now.
Oh, please. You still have a few hit points. Let me help you with that. You'll not walk away from me so easily. What manner of creature are you? Is this all a game to you? Or crawl back to your master then. I will see him soon enough. You know what? Is this all a game to you, woman? Perhaps, but games can be deadly serious, especially when I keep the rules to myself. Fight on and seek your lost Imowen. I have seen what I came to see. I am so tired. Wait, there are more vampires?
Yokata.
What is it?
How many stakes do I have? I still have 3 stakes.
It will be done.
Vampire's truly dead and the coffin reeks of carrion. Okay. This vampire's truly dead. Nope, they're all truly dead. And I still have extra stakes. Okay, let's double check the journal. Well, the quests. I defeated the rival guild, full of vampires as it was, in a faced body. She claims to know something of Imowen, and seemed to be judging me in some manner before she left in gaseous form. All that remains now is to return to Iran and tell him that the guild is done, even if their leader remains unkilled. I will have questions for him as well. One more troubling thing. Body knew. She knew I'm a child of Baal. Uh-huh.
Yes?
Okay.
I am listening.
Well, we might as well use this exit. It's quite close. I am very disappointed in not being able to actually kill Body. But the opportunity will probably come later. Alright, let's save. Here we are. And then outside. Hello?
Certainly.
Helm sees all. Know that and be judged.
I extend greetings, my lady, on this darkest of days. My name is Khmer, Paladin of Helm. I beg your forgiveness if my demeanor is not more welcoming. What brings you to this place? I shall not disturb you. I'll leave you to wallow in your maudlin self-pity then, and find my amusements elsewhere. What brings you to this place? I am no more unique than most who come here. My son lies in yon wee grave. I failed my oath to protect the lad, and he has been taken from me. I'm sure there's no need to blame yourself. You failed your oath, then you should be sorry. Or, I see, I'll leave you to your mourning then. I'm sure you shouldn't blame yourself. You know not of what you speak, though I am sure you mean well. I took the boy under my protection when his mother was slain by foul orcs in the mountains. I knew not her name, and could not save her from her injuries after I killed the orcs. She gave her son to me. I swore an oath to look after him as my own. And I have, I mean that I did. I loved the lad dearly. Stefan, I named him. Strong, honest boy. But I was called by duty to Tithir. On my return, I discovered that Stefan had been slain by brigands. I should have been there for him. Oh, the child who... Is that the child whose ghost wanted the toy? Maybe? You did all that you could. You are not to be blamed. You are right. You should have done better for your son. Or I'll leave you be. I mean, how is he supposed to protect him when he wasn't even in the country? I don't understand. You did all that you could. You weren't even there. But I am. I failed my vow, and I know no way in which I can atone for my failure. If there were only some way, I would embrace it gladly. I'm sorry, I do not know how to help you. This is sickening. It's so melodramatic. I'll leave you to it. Or, I see, I shall leave you alone then. I wish I knew how to help you, but I don't. It is no matter. I did not expect you to, but please, leave me to my grief a little longer. I am not ready to leave my son just yet. Hold on. Help Khmer the Paladin. Maybe... Okay, well, hold on a moment. There's a paladin in the graveyard named Khmer who is mourning the loss of his adopted son, whom he failed to protect, and in doing so broke a vow. The paladin seemed to be a complete wreck over the matter. How am I supposed to help? Do I just, like, keep talking to him? Hail once again, my lady. Please, I ask that you leave me to grieve my son in peace. I mean, the ghost of the child was slain by thieves? Other than a rotting corpse, there is nothing of note within the grave. Oh, man. I hope they didn't bury somebody else there before I managed to solve that. Okay, I don't know what to do to help Khmer. Maybe I should go to the Temple of Helm and ask? I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to the docks.
Without doubt.
Let's see. This away, this away. We've been up all night and then some, killing vampires and doing things and stuff in the place.
Quickly and precisely.
Okay, in here.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay, and then all the way down the longest corridor in existence. See, if this were an actual tabletop game, this would be the time that we would be, you know, walking and role-playing. Or possibly just... I mean, if we're forced to actually spend time walking somewhere in tabletop, we talk, usually. But most of the time it's just like, you go to the place. Why can't I just go to the place? Why is this great big long hallway here, and why can't I skip it? Alright.
So, you've returned. My advanced spies said that you confronted Bodhi in her lair.
Bodhi?
It's been a bloody affair.
It was. I destroyed many of her followers, but she herself eluded me. It was, though I'm more interested in what she had to say. Or you still keep secrets. Body said it was you that attacked Rennicus in the first place. She didn't say that. In fact, I didn't ask because I don't care. Also, we already knew it was the Shadow Thieves that attacked Rennicus. We don't know why, but we already knew that. Okay, let's just skip that last one entirely because I'm not going to follow a plot thread that I wasn't actually given. I destroyed many of her followers, but she herself eluded me.
That is of no consequence. That her guild was destroyed is what truly matters. We should see a decline in the disappearance of our members.
Oh, quite possibly. Delicious experience.
You have done well, and for that I am grateful. We had a deal, and I am certain you are eager to see it fulfilled.
Absolutely. First must come an admission of sorts, and I certainly hope you can see beyond it. We should not dwell on the old when the new is so threatening. It was the Shadow Thieves that attacked Irenicus in Joaquin's Promenade. We have followed you ever since then. You were in league with him? No, he was fighting hooded figures. Or bastards, that attack ruined everything. I was free to find him. No, I'm not going to... The attack is what freed me, so the second answer is not correct. So I'm going to go with the first answer as being the closest to correct. I am sorry that I have not been fully honest, but we had to be sure you were not working for him. I assure you that we are still on the same side. I mean, anyone who attacks Irenicus is an ally of mine, I assure you. We knew of your capture almost as soon as it happened. Very little occurs in this city that we are not aware of. We paid little mind. Even though it was done outside of the Shadow Thieves, we thought that a simple kidnapping was nothing to be concerned of. But soon after that, we started losing people. That was when Body appeared, although we did not know her name at the time. Members were threatened or seduced into her guild. None were seen again. We still don't know where most are. Even her cadre could not have fed on them all. I mean, I could tell you about the size of the blood pools that I found there, but I don't think you want to know. By chance, a body was found in the sewer, leading us to Irenicus in his strange dungeon. We battled and lost, but the cowled wizards took him, as you saw. I saw your efforts. It was a slaughter. So you were cheated of revenge as well. Because of this, I lost significantly more. Imoen remains missing. And the power he promised was taken with him. So you were cheated of revenge as well. We must take partial responsibility for your loss of Imoen, but our chief concern was Irenicus at the time. We still don't know why he killed our guild members. He was experimenting on them. You don't want to know. So we followed you. You were the only living thing to emerge from his prison. We watched your every step and made sure you would be close to us. You wanted someone to lead you to him. So much for charity. So why all the money then? Why not just interrogate me? Or, I showed no love for him. You must have seen that. I have shown no love for him, and in fact, any time I've been forced to bring this up, I've talked about Imoen and not Irenicus, so... We had to be sure. We could not let an enemy into the guild when we are so weakened. In truth, your gold was much needed as well. We thought you could lead us to him, and you can. You seek Imoen and Irenicus, and we seek answers. They were taken to the same place, you see. The cowled wizards took them to the one place mages in Athkatla truly fear, a place where their powers stripped and examined, their minds laid open for study.
I have heard it called residence for the magically deviant, but mages just call it Spellhold. It is an asylum where people are sent to disappear.
Sounds about right. Then it is a simple matter of retrieving Imoen from this place. What sort of place is this that no one knows of it? I shall storm its walls and break down its gates, or I shall take what I need from Irenicus while he is incapacitated there. What sort of place is this that no one knows of it? You must realize that it is not as simple as launching an assault. Spellhold is a fortress asylum, designed to hold mages and other talented people. I am certain many are there deservedly. Yes, of that I am certain. Some must deserve it. Have you some insight into the place? You sound as though you hope it is true. Do you know of the place? Or perhaps, but that does not mean Imoen should be confined there, does it? I mean, I will note for the record that I did pick up Yoshimo inside Irenicus's prison, and while he has been a good companion and an excellent fighter, we must never forget where I found him. We must never, ever forget where I found him. You sound as though you hope it is true. Do you know of the place? I did not mean to suggest anything contrary to what Mr. Linvale is saying. Not that some must deserve it. It seems such a brutal place. Yeah, well, prejudice'll do that. Not that I have ever been, but I have heard of some of those confined there, not unlike your Imoen. Can it be so cruel a place? I mean, look at how they treat magic around here. Yes, it can. The island it is located on is under its own rule, and even the cowled wizards are not certain what becomes of those sent there. No one wanted to be associated with it once it began. It is difficult enough just to book passage. That is what your gold was for.
Once on the island, you will be on your own to contend with the asylum defenses and with the pirates that run the place. Return with Imoen as you wish. Kill Irenicus if you can.
If Irenicus is in the asylum, isn't he no longer a danger? I'm ready to go then. No more time can be wasted. Let's set sail. Or I will go very soon then. Just wait a moment for me to restock my supplies. If Irenicus is in the asylum, isn't he no longer a danger? We are not sure. Spies within the cowled wizards tell us that they have not had direct contact with the Isle for some time. It is truly a place where the troublesome are forgotten. The incident with Irenicus was to be ignored lest people demand more sanctions against mages. Okay, I do want to take care of a supply issue, but it's more of an emptying than a refilling of my inventory. So I will go very soon then. Just wait a moment for me to restock my supplies. Return to me as soon as possible. The captain of the ship may take a different job if left to wait. He is not exactly thrilled to be going to the Isle. Well, fair enough. Alright. One more visit to the Adventurer Mart. And I go the slowest of all. Oh my goodness, look how far behind I am from everybody else. Okay, we'll follow the main body of the party, I guess. Because Yoshimo's way out ahead and I'm way out behind. I'm coming, guys! Okay. Out we go. And up to the district exit. We're all very tired. To the promenade! Okay, and... Ah, here we are. Adventurer's Mart.
If it must be done.
March, march, march. I mean, there are a few quests that I'm leaving undone. I never found the stuffed animal for the ghost child. There's the sad paladin and the fact that I have absolutely no idea what to do for him. There's that guy that I helped put into prison who wants me to help bail him out because, I don't know, he thinks I'm dumb or something.
Ribald Bardaman at your service.
Based, hello, good evening. Welcome back to the stream. Okay, were some items we're interested in. Okay, let's see. Do you have an ammo case? Please say yes. So far you do not. This is a problem. Oh boy. Oh no. Scrolling, and I'm not seeing a case anywhere. He has a gem bag. Nope. No such luck. Emerald, moon bar, diamond, all of this other stuff. Sell it all! I must make back the money. There we go. Okay. Man, I wish I could sell some of this stuff. Oh well. Oh, it's suddenly so quiet. Why is it so quiet? Oh, we never did deal with the ransom thing. Oh well, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Alright. Oh. Identify the two-handed sword, the katana, and the splint mail. Two-handed sword +2, katana +2, and ashen scales. Okay, let's scroll over to the ashen scales. Instead of metal strips, this armor uses wyvern scales bound to a chain backing by means of a magical fire. The resulting armor is ash gray in color and more flexible than standard splint mail. A ranger, Usher Skakan, made this armor after slaying several wyverns that were killing all the deer and elk in his forest. Huh. I mean, it's pretty normal +2 armor, so I'm not sure why it merits like a naming and a backstory. Huh. Okay, I'm going to sell the two-handed sword because nobody in the group really uses two-handed weapons, so... I'm not sure about the katana +2 or the ashen scale. Somebody might need or want those, so I'll hang on to them for the moment. You don't have anything. You don't have anything. You definitely don't have anything to sell or to be identified. Hopefully you have enough bullets. Okay. We'll take a moment.
Every hamster has his day.
Okay, Yoshimo, your weapon is a katana, but it's your particular katana. Although only lightly enchanted has achieved a semblance of awareness, enough so that it allows only the thief known as Yoshimo to wield it. Any other than he cannot use this flawless katana in battle. Which is great, but it's also it's +1, and now I have a +2. So Oh, pardon me. I've seemed to come down with a case of the yawns here. Yoshimo, if you would... You can hang on to your own katana. I don't have a problem with that, but I think that if you were to be using melee weapons, which I would prefer if you didn't, I think you should really be using the ones that... Arrow +2, +1, +1, +1. An absolutely obscene amount of fire arrows. I think I should use fire arrows. I have nearly as many of them as I have of the +1s. Okay. And let's see here. Armor +2. Can anybody use that? You already have a +2. I have a +3. Chihira has a +2. Baldur is wearing his own boob plate. Well, I guess that's sailbait then. Oh my goodness. I start to suppress the yawns and I get hiccups. What the heck?
Where Minsk goes, evil stands aside.
The Adventure Mart's the finest shopping and all in favor. Widest selection, lowest prices, and nary a fancy illustration. Just the goods, fair and plain.
Alright, we're gonna sell the ashen scales. Excuse me! Oh my goodness, that was a loud one.
What is it?
Whoops.
Certainly.
Alright, we'll have a look at the lady upstairs.
Greetings, good customer. A pearl to you.
Alright, let's have a look at your wares. So many things I'm not going to be getting. And nothing that I'm interested in, really. If Jorg were here, he would tell me to get the robe of Vecna, but eh. Wait a minute. Who's that up there? Lady Youth?
I don't usually speak to the likes of you, but hello.
Hello there. I've been watching you since you entered. I suspect you may have need of my wares. What is it that you sell? I don't think so. Maybe another time. Or let me see what you have. What do you sell? Magical scrolls. Illegal, of course, which is why I must charge so much for them. Oh, right. Have you no fear of the cowled wizards? Those pompous fools. They are as corrupt as anyone else in the city, if you know who to talk to. Now, are you interested in naught? Yes? Perhaps you could tell me whom to talk to amongst the cowled wizards then. I'd be interested in that. Or get away from me, peddler of magic. I'm sorry for the weird pauses in the middle of words, but these hiccups are just kicking my diaphragm. Oh my goodness, right up into my stomach. I'll have a look, I guess. Good, take your time. Magic is not something that should be rushed. I don't think that she would have a ammo case. But maybe. Nope. Nope, she does not. Alright, is there anything that I would want Aerie to learn? Probably not. Aerie already knows so much, and yet I use her magic so little. No, no. We're good. Do you finally talk to us, Lucy? Somewhat haughtily, Lucy turns away as you approach. The wyvern ignores you. I've been ignored. Again.
Speak. Without doubt.
I don't know if we'll ever be returning to this city, but... Oh, goodness. Alright.
As you will.
We're going to go and take ship. We're going to get away from the cowled wizards before they attempt to arrest my party member. Back to the docks. Let's see. It was down here was the lower entrance, right? Okay, let's just go and get on the ship and deal with this prison thing. What the? Why is there a shadow thief standing outside this door?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Jahira, keep up!
Before venturing forth. You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay, is everybody here now? Yes? Okay.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Minsk, where the heck are you going? Minsk? Minsk!
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Why?
Without hesitation.
Can't believe I went all the way to Adventurer's Mart to identify and sell two things. My poor inventory. Well, I do have an idea. It's not a good idea, but it's an idea. And that is, you know, once we're here in Aran's chambers, let's see. This is the contact that we killed, and we took care of that, so we don't need that anymore. This is a book on building a guardian golem in the planar spear. We definitely don't need that. Aran can have that. He can figure it out. I guess I'll... Actually, you know what? You should hang on to the Carthala tax notice. I'm putting the coal on the floor. I will not put the demon hearts on the floor. That seems like a bad plan. Shadow Thief cellar key. I might still need that. This note... Yeah, I don't need this anymore either. So onto the floor it goes. There. Now I have slightly more inventory.
You have something to report?
Have you properly supplied yourself for this trip, Foxwine? We must get you on your way as soon as possible. Just a while longer, or I'm ready to go now. Well, now that I have thrown a bunch of things onto your floor, I'm ready to go.
Excellent. The ship awaits. Good luck to you. I hope we all find what we are looking for.
I mean, we're all looking for revenge, so if one of us finds it, the others will. So, no problem there. Off we go to sea!
Awaken, child. It is time for another test.
Oh, please. I can't take this.
Patience, Emily. Soon it will all end.
No! Don't do this! I don't want to die!
Silence, dog. You have no purpose but to die by my hand.
Incactus Fulcan Imperio.
Yeah, even if I were playing as an evil person, why would I want to do anything that Irenicus wants?
She will be pleased.
No, I will not be pleased.
This shall be your ship to the island. The bulk of your gold purchased your passage, as well as the silence of the crew.
Ooh, passage and silence. Excellent. Although I think did my stream disconnect? I'm showing 0 viewers. What the heck? Oh man, I never know what to do about this. Well, I'm going to keep going as if you're still there.
Though a silence more symbolic than anything, as you may well find my men a boisterous lot at all hours. I encourage general.
Okay. You seem like a nice person, Seaman. I hope you don't die.
The personal habits of your crew are your business, Captain. Just as long as they perform as they should and deliver my people a good time.
Well, that's the idea.
Never a fear nor worry should cross your thoughts this evening, my lord. I'm jealous. Good many times, and I foresee no trouble.
Uh-huh. Then, let us proceed to introductions. Foxwine, this is Captain Seaman Havarian. He and his ship will... Mr. Havarian, what is your ship called? The name changes as do the winds, mainly as I never seem to affix the plate with the proper resin. She is the Gallant for now, until whim takes me elsewhere. Oh, he changes the license plates depending on what city he's in. Interesting. As for the voyage, heed my words, Foxwine, as there are dangers to the sea you may not be aware of. Lila? I am all ears, Captain. Yours is the voice of experience, and I will listen. Speak if you must, but keep it brief. We should set sail as soon as possible. Sat sail! Aran, are you entrusting my safety to this foppus oaf? I do not trust his smile. I'm all ears, Captain. Yours is the voice of experience. A sudden squall or hidden reef could prove deadly to the unwary, though we are more likely to encounter pirates of ill repute. Well, pirates I can help you with. That is why I have included some protection for this voyage. Protection? I was not aware of any such plans. The captain should be consulted in all such matters. Certainly. I am providing an extra crew member, one that will attempt to improve the overall safety of the voyage. This is Syme, and she will be staying very close to you, Simon Havarian, for your safety, of course. Of course. I shall make certain that, should we be surprised at sea, death will not come from a surprise source. Do I make myself clear? As clear could be, my lady, although I'm not sure I approve of your tone. I assure you, nothing untoward will happen during our crossing. Ugh, why can't I read? I finally got rid of the hiccups, and now I can't read. Syme shall also advise you, Foxwine. She is acquainted with a few of the inhabitants of the island. Then we are fully staffed and ready to sail. Best that we get underway as soon as possible. Disembark, my lord, and we shall away. We're not actually on a ship right now, guys. Hold fast. The journey begins. We're standing on the dock. In fact, we weren't even on the dock.
Trustworthy. You are soon under sail with the flamboyant Simon Havarian at the helm. The journey is uneventful, and if there were other ships on the same course, they must have kept a discreet distance. You make good time, and soon there is a sizable island on the horizon. It might have been considered a pleasant place, but a grim shadow extends the length of it. The asylum, Spellhold, looms from a cliffside.
Well, now we just have to figure out a way into the asylum, right?
We have arrived, and in good time, I might add. Congratulatory remarks for all the crew, and to our visitors for their...
Oh, we are a delight. Be glad I didn't bring along Animan, really. We had to make the best of it. I myself managed to win a fair amount of coin from your crew. They seemed to think they were the only ones who knew how to play cards, oddly. A particular congratulations to you, Captain. It was fortunate you distracted those other ships we saw in the distance. Your signals in the night, were they some type of warning? Yes, well, I thought they might be pirates, so I merely displayed a series of lights that mirrored their own. I wished to appear as though I were one of their own. Again, my compliments. It did seem that they truly believed your signal meant that there would be trouble if they attacked. It merely proves how short of wit they can be. One must always be a step ahead of their adversaries, and a step behind their friends. I trust no more will happen to hamper our success. I have done what I can as captain and as compatriot. I can do no more. Regardless, we have arrived. I leave you to your mission, whatever it may be. It has been a pleasure sailing in your company, but now I take my leave. Okay. I do not trust this pirate, Foxwine. His manner is that of a fool, but his behavior during the voyage betrays a cunning mind beneath. Well, he changes the name of his ship on the regular because he doesn't attach the plate properly, and he knows how to deter pirates from attacking. And also, he was willing to accept money from a thieves' guild to sail to a place that people don't like to sail to. If he wasn't a pirate, I would be more suspicious, is what I'm saying. He has delivered us as promised. There are more important things to worry about. Kill him if you wish. I don't care either way. Or he seems amiable enough to me. Come, you'll feel better once off the ship. He has delivered us as promised. There are more important things to worry about. Agreed. Be prepared. This place is dangerous enough, even without my suspicions of Simon. I mean, he didn't knife us, and he didn't steal the money back from Yoshimo. I feel okay about this. Okay, so how do we leave? Towards the front of the ship, I guess?
This will not take long.
Oh yes, toward the front of the ship does seem to be very promising.
I fear I cannot allow you to leave my presence just yet. While I must admit to a certain fondness for you all, I have no choice in the matter still.
Oh, you're gonna die on this dock, man. I do not like the tone of your voice. What do you intend? Save your words. I did not trust you from the start. I am ready for your treachery. What? Why such an obvious ambush? You have my gold already. I don't like your tone, sir.
My apologies, Hastings. This was not my intention at all, but one must do business.
Which means he's double dipping. He accepted the price of passage and a price on my head. Good business. What is this? Are we all to be slaughtered together? If my life is forfeit, how soon for yours? Think on this. I stress to you, sir, that I have done what I must, just as you will continue to do so. You will continue, do you hear? That is all I know. You will recognize those that face you now. I do hope they make short work of this encounter. I have no tolerance for violence, really. All good peoples hang their head in shame. We are betrayed. The sailor man brings the vampires back amongst us. There shall be a mighty reckoning for this. Oh, really? Man, the first game I couldn't get rid of the shapeshifters. Everybody was a doppelganger. Now I can't get rid of the vampires. Del, Parisa, and Valen. Well, let's see. Which one am me? Sime, Saman. Ah, there. I am closest to Parisa, so I'll go for her. Yoshimo, take some shots at Del, I think. Minsk, you go for Valen. Jahira, come with me to Parisa. Valgar, Del needs some attention. Who doesn't have two people on them? I think it's Parisa, so Ari, back up Minsk. Alright, everybody, you know what to do. Go. Go, go. I knew he would prove treacherous. Our threats were sufficient to keep us safe while afloat, but there must be someone here that he fears even more. Those are the same creatures we fought when we entered the lair of the vampire that was aligned against your own guild. Body must be nearby indeed. Certainly this was Body's doing. These creatures would not have followed Saman of their own will. His weakness would disgust them. Unfortunately, he fled the battle. I shall be sure to repay him if I see him again. We should find him, track him to his lair. He has earned his death from this. Or forget him. I have no fear of him or any scheme he might come up with. Unfortunately, he fled the battle. I shall be sure to repay him if I see him again. There are more important things to worry about right now anyway. I must see that you are able to enter the asylum. Go to the tavern. Speak with a man named Sanek. If there is a way into the asylum, he will know it. I will scout around a bit and meet you at the pass leading to the asylum itself. Work with haste, Foxwine. Our enemies know we are here. I'm very much not surprised. Oh, she's an arcane thief. Oh, fun, fun.
What is it? If it must be done.
Okay. Well, we gotta find the tavern. And, you know, we gotta repay Saman if we see him again. Andante! You'll pay, you will. I'll see to it. Dervish the Black? I stand by me claims. A pox on your father's father if you think otherwise. I've never been so insulted in all my born days. You, sir, are a rotter. Stow it in your aft deck, milksopped. Gentlemen, if you please. I have 3 other duels to govern today, and I haven't time for the particulars of each. Quite all right from my standpoint. His commentary on my lineage demands blood. And his constant blathering demands me boot to his backside. I'll do you for that, right straight I will. Then bring your weapons to bear, gentlemen. I would duly record the outcome and prevent any investigation of impropriety. Huh? He means he'll make sure I don't get in trouble for killing your storied posterior. That's the last I hear from your pompous tongue, I swear. I'm not going to interfere in this. Culture will defeat you, loutest brute, each and every time. Well sported, sir. I shall have Desherick apprised of the results. Okay, so dueling is a whole thing here. Good to know, good to know. Cortesians and Callahan. Alright. Hey, Callahan. Hello, mate. What's the good word, then? Callahan I be, Scourge of the Seven Seas. Well met. What is it that you do here in Brinlaw? Don't I know you? Or, excuse me, I haven't the time to speak with you. Well met. What is it that you do here? Smuggling, mostly. A bit of petty theft when I be bored. You know, the usual. A criminal, are you? You have admitted it. Of course, the usual. What do you know about the asylum? What do you know about the asylum? Nothing, ma'am. I don't be dealing with such and like. Callahan'll smuggle some olive oil for ye if you wish. Forget it. Is there anything of interest happening here in town? Or I'll be on my way in that case. Is there anything interest happening here in town? Aye, 'tis a place of adventure, Brindlaw is. If by adventure you mean drinking and other shore leave activities, why the crew of the Bleeding Mary just got in. Drinking up a storm, they is. That does sound exciting. I'll be leaving now. As you'd have it. Darn to get your pantaloons in a knot. Okay, and that's a staircase up to where, who knows. Lady Galvena's Fest Hall. Sounds like a theme restaurant, doesn't it? What do we have here? A pirate. Oh, that sounds fun. Okay, so this seems to be the end of the walk along here. I'm curious about that staircase. Let's check it out. And actually, let me just save so that I won't have to go through all the cutscenes again. And here is the Vulgar Monkey. Tremmy? Keep moving, friend. I don't have time to talk. I'm waiting for my employees. Was the Drunken Monkey the inn that I was supposed to be at? Or was that something else? I should have written down the names. Ginia?
I'm a fine-looking strumpet, ain't I?
Please, ma'am, do you have any money to spare? I can't go back to the guild until I have something. Why don't you find employment? Am I a charity to be hounded by the unwashed? Of course I can spare a coin. Why is it that you worry about returning home empty-handed? Here's a coin, girl. Dry your tears. Or, I'm afraid I have no money to spare. Why is it that you worry about returning home empty-handed? You seem like a good person, ma'am. I will tell you if you promise not to tell Crimmy. Of course, I wouldn't want to get you in trouble. I don't even know this Crimmy, even though I spoke to him just now. Speak on it, girl. I can't make that promise if I haven't heard the tale. Or, who is Crimmy? Of course, I wouldn't want to get you in trouble. I should begin with my name, Ginia. I grew up here in Brynlaw. My father was a tailor until he was killed, and my mother is long dead. My lady, things have not always been like this. Brynlaw was once a pleasant town, though my memories may be influenced by happier times in my own life. Go on. Or, I have no time to listen to the rest of this. Perhaps another time. No, go on. Regardless, life was hard, but it had its pleasures. We lived on fish and our produce. The asylum offered employment to many of us. Then the pirates arrived, led by the desperate Desherick. Desherick had lost a war with another pirate king. Forced to this island, his ships invaded the town. Oh, I see. Okay. They took our homes. Desherick killed our mayor and dumped his body into the sea. We were forced out into the streets. We begged the asylum to offer us shelter, but the wizards within locked the doors against us. My father could take no more injustice. He tried to get back into our house and was executed for breaking the law of the pirates. Once they've stolen something, the owner has no claim on it. Desherick said that we would have to pay for our father's crime. He gave us to Crimmy, his lieutenant, as reward for service. He put me to work as a courtesan for the drunken pirates. It's horrible, ma'am. He says that he'll kill my brother Asun if I don't do it. This is outrageous. Worry not, girl. Only point the way, and Crimmy shall worry you no more. Why have you not gathered your brother and run away from this man? Or, I'm sorry to hear it, but I can't get involved. Why have you not gathered your brother and run away? There is no escape for Asun and me. There is a smuggler who will take us, but we cannot afford to pay him. There is nowhere to run on this island. Where is this smuggler? I will pay for you and your brother's passage. I will also ensure that Crimmy never bothers you again. Or, I'm at a loss. I'm sorry that I could not assist you. Oh, no, this seems very, this seems very straightforward. All right. We will pay off the smuggler and murder the murder the pimp. Crimmy can be found near the inn. The smuggler's name is Callahan. He will be near the docks. Thank you for your offer, but please be careful. Yeah, I can do this. All right. Callahan was down here. Let's start with him. He was just over here somewhere, wasn't he? No, that's the duelist. Perhaps it was further down? What the? That's a pirate. Callahan? Did I blow my chance to talk to him? About this, specifically? Callahan! Hello? Wait, that's him right there. Never mind.
Much of the cities from the circus. Are they
Hello, mate. What's the good word then? Callahan I be, Scourge of the Seven Seas. Let's see. It's all the same stuff except for the one line. Hello, Callahan. I'm here to speak with you about Ginnia and Asun. About Ginnia and Asun. Aye, good kids, sad tale. Ye be involved in this somehow? 'Tis the first that I be hearing of it, if ye are. I want to help them escape this island. Can you offer them passage, or forget that I asked? I want to help them escape. That I can, for 100 gold pieces per head. If you can pay, I'll take them to Ugol's Beard. Thorella will take care of them. That sounds fair. I'll pay for their passage. Why don't you just take them out of the goodness of your heart? Bat's eyes hopes audibly. That's ridiculous. I won't pay such an amount. Okay, 200 gold out of my supply. Sounds fair. I'll pay for their passage. Then we be agreeing. Their passage is assured if you can get them away from that bastard Cremmy. Send it to old Callahan when you've got things arranged. Okay. Back to the vulgar monkey. And there's Cremmy. Ah, Cremmy. I'm a busy man, friend. Why don't you go and bother someone else? There's no need for that. I found the man I'm looking for. Or, I'm sorry to bother you. No, I found the man I'm looking for. Why would you be looking for me? I don't even know you. But you do know Ginnia and Asun, do you not? It isn't worth the time it takes to give you reasons. Suffice to say, I will kill you. But you do know Ginnia and Asun, do you not? What is the meaning of this? Those leeches are my property. Stay away from them. I will not allow you to abuse those two any longer. Or, you're right, I won't bother you any longer. Oh, I'm going to bother you. I'm going to bother you with the end of my sword. I will not allow you to abuse those two any longer. You're messing with the wrong man, fool. Do you really think that? Did you see how many people there are here? Ah, well. Good night, sweet prince. Oh, what have we here? Galvena's medallion, Sveen gem, bastard sword, and almost as much gold as I just spent. Between that and the gem, anyway. Galvena's medallion? This is one of the medallions worn by the employees of Galvena's Fest Hall. It is used for identification. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Cremmy will not bother them ever again. And we booked passage to get out of the place. Let's see. Ginnia was over here, right? Yeah, there she is.
Hey, sexy. Do you want to take a look at me, Diddy?
Ahem! Excuse you? Is Cremmy gone, ma'am? Can he hurt us no longer? He is dead, Ginnia. You and Asun are free of his clutches. Then he is dead, but Deshark shall merely give us to someone else. You've done so much already, but could you arrange passage with Callahan for us? I cannot afford to help you, or it is being done already. I suggest you find your brother and go see Callahan immediately. Like, right away, instantly. Do not offer to show me whatever it is you offered to show me just now. I do not know how to express my gratitude, Foxwine. You have saved us in every sense of the word. Thank you so much. I shall go tell Asun. Farewell. Dun 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 dun! I did a good thing. Feel like I should explore a little bit more before going to the inn. But my characters have been awake for a very long time, and I worry about having them be awake for too much longer. load of cruft there was in there. What have we here? Very fancy, but not labeled. What is this? Drunken sailor and a pirate. Oh, what shall we do with the drunken sailor? Aerie used up her stack of bullets, did she? Yep, that she did. Well, just in cash alone, I've made back what I spent. Okay, there is whatever this place is.
I'll hurt you if I have to.
Lots of pirates in this town. They're worth a pretty good amount of money, though, so it's hard to complain. What do we have here? Andar the pirate and Olbin the pirate.
Ah, yes, the city, with all its people and their accumulated wealth, yes?
Why are they just arguing at each other? Fairly warned be thee, says I. Hey, that's my line. Well, that was definitely weird. Methinks if I had arrived sooner that maybe I would have an explanation for why those two were fighting. But no, I've been saying fairly warned be thee, says I, since I was a teenager. That the game stole it from me. Okay. Let's see. Kaya's home. Galvina's Fest Hall. Whatever this is up here. More stairs. And whatever's going on up here. Pirate door guard. Oh, what do we have here? Pirate Lord's home. I see. Well, let's not break into the Pirate Lord's home just yet. Although I have a sinking suspicion that I have an idea of who the Pirate Lord is. Meander, meander. Oh, there's a whole bunch of map over here. Not much reason to go up here at this time, though, so... To spell hold. Yeah, I will be doing that later. Okay, so... possibly a little bit more exploring to do over here. Interesting that this is a building that's enterable, but it doesn't have a name. Temple of Umberlee, who I'm hopefully still on the good side of, but who knows, because I think... Was that actually a different game? I think that might actually be a different game. Alright, to the Vulgar Monkey, I guessed. And in we go. What a small room. Drunken sailor again.
We'll be done.
Sanic, Captain Bob Holmes, Pirate Noof, Cortesian, just a regular pirate. Let's see what we got up here. Pirate Bill, Pirate Dan, Pirate Paul, and Pirate Jimmy. And also an innkeeper
Nothing dangerous.
who is just going to watch us take his tips.
Speak.
Okay. We'll talk to the innkeeper. What you be wanting here, This ain't the friendliest place for strangers to be walking about. Sorry to have bothered you. I'll be leaving now. Or I've a coin in my purse and a will to spend it. Are you going to turn me away? That second one. Not at all, not at all. There may be unfriendly faces around, but a paying customer is always welcome here. I should think so. Alright, I will have 6 of your best peasant rooms. Do you have a rat? Doesn't feel like home without a rat. Yep, it has a rat. Okay, we're good. Okay, now that that's been taken care of, everybody's nice and rested-ish, and
Whatever I can.
Aerie will use her belt. There we go. Okay, I'm going to ignore Pirate Paul because he's drunk enough to be repeating himself, but not drunk enough to be saying anything other than I need more booze. So, why don't I save? And let's go talk to Sanic.
In Bearvan's name, it shall be
Oh,
done.
no, not you, Aerie. Not you.
Yes?
Me.
Without doubt.
Yes?
Greetings, friend. I am Sanic. You must be new to Brynlaw. Whom do I have the pleasure of addressing? I am Foxwine. I've just recently arrived from Athkatla. It is none of your affair, excuse me, or I've been told you might be able to give me some information that I require. Let's go with number 1. Hi, I'm Foxwine. Welcome then. There will soon be a vacancy here in town, for I intend to leave at earliest opportunity. Truly, what is it that causes you to flee? I wish you a fair journey then, now if you'll excuse me. Or I was told you might be able to provide information for me. What causes you to flee? Flee is not a word I like. It is merely a misunderstanding with a local guild mistress. My new wife and I shall take an extended trip until things settle. What in the... Is someone behind me? Oh, for...
Yes?
What treachery is this? Who are you? Don't kill my informant before I got information. I was just trying to get, the lay of the land. Hello, Sanic. The Lady Galvina sends her greetings. She dislikes being crossed. You? The girl is free, and you have no claim on her. Leave us be. Free? Hardly. The lady will not brook her property being stolen. You should pay for your theft. Speak not of my Claire as if she is an object. She is no longer Galvina's lackey. She is my love, and she is free of your foul touch. Ha? A romantic? Perhaps your death will serve some bard well. Excuse you... Excuse me. As for you, being friends of Galvena's enemy makes you her enemy too. Die, fools. I'm pretty sure that this was going to happen regardless, but I'm gonna toast you on a stick. By Umberlee's teat, who does Galvena think she is? Assassinations in the vulgar monkey, that uppity wench. Interesting way of putting that. This man is killed in plain sight before us, and all you do, man, is gripe at the inconvenience? Tell us what you know of this man's death, innkeeper, and be quick about it. Well, way to take charge, Valagar. I'm the person who runs this party. Huh? What do you care? You've only just met him. That is my business. Who was the assassin, and why did he perform this foul deed? I have need of information that only he could have given me. Tell me what you know. Who was this assassin, and why did he perform this foul deed? Aye, if only to teach the woman to keep her affairs out of my tavern, I will tell you what I know. The assassin was sent by Lady Galvena, the mistress of the local courtesans guild. You can see how, in a port full of sailors, such an undertaking would bring the woman power and wealth. So much is obvious. What disagreement did she have with Sanek? Or you have told all I wish to know. What disagreement did she have with Sanek? Sanek, the fool, fell in love with one of Galvena's girls, Claire, and she with him. He took her from the guild house and proclaimed her his wife. Galvena is a harsh woman. She considers the courtesans her property. She accused Sanek of theft, and he scorned her in public. The whole town knows of it. This, then, was Galvena's reply. I suspect that the girl, Claire, suffers even as we speak. Truly, an injustice has been performed. Where is this girl, Claire? Or, Sanek was my contact in Brinlaw. Who else could tell me how to get into the asylum? Truly, an injustice! Minsk, to me! The guild has a house on the west side of Brinlaw. Customers who pay well can conduct their business in a bedroom within the guild's house. I suspect that Galvena has already taken the girl there to be punished. Is the place guarded? How would I enter? Or is there anyone else who could tell me how to get into Spellhold, the asylum? Is the place guarded? How would I enter? You could get in as everyone else does, as a paying customer. Galvena keeps both male and female courtesans for either taste. Failing that, you would have to kill several well-trained guards. I also hear that Galvena keeps a pet wizard. Either way is foolish, in my opinion. Is there anyone else that could tell me how to get into Spellhold Asylum? Or, I thank you for your help. I shall leave. Alright, fine, I'll ask. Is there anyone else who could tell me how to get into Spellhold? If you're sure that Sanek knew how, then perhaps he told his young bride. I don't see how you can ask her, though. Where would they have taken her? I thank you for your assistance. I shall leave. Where would they have taken her? Same thing as before. Okay. Thank you for your help. I shall leave. As you like. Okay, that's just plain annoying. That was going to happen either way, but at least I have some backstory. I mean, there's no way that they'd let me just walk up to the asylum after all this build-up. Arrows +1. I'll add it to the pile. I think I should probably use the arrows +1. Oh man, I have so many more fire arrows than I have arrows +1 though. Look at that. Dang. Okay, never mind. I can math when I try. Or at the very least I can tell when the number is larger than another number.
I can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Whoops.
What is it?
We're all going to go together.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
You know, maybe I should have talked to more people.
Without hesitation.
But I really didn't want to talk to drunken pirates. Lady Galvena's Fest Hall. I wonder if the fact that I have an employee necklace would be at any help at all in this. Courtesan, sailor, fishwife, courtesan, dockhand, sailor, whoever that is up there, a commoner. That is a very well-fed commoner. Okay, is everybody here yet? No. Alright. We need to find the girl Claire. I should actually make a note. Alright. Find Claire for asylum intel. Yeah, that seems like it might make sense as a phrase. Hello, my lady. Welcome to Lady Galvena's parlor. How may I serve you? What sort of an establishment is this? I'm a new employee of the lady's. How do I get in to see her? Or, I need nothing at this time. Okay, what sort of establishment is this? It is a palace of romantic delights, the finest off of the Sword Coast, why the courtesans of Lady Galvena's parlor turn none away. You can save the sales pitch. I'm a new employee. How do I get in to see Lady Galvena? That is all I need. Farewell. Or I would be interested in partaking of said delights. I am not going to try the employee route because I'm just a little too, shall we say, martial. I would be interested in partaking of said delights. Of course, just out the door of our fine establishment you shall find a selection of courtesans such as the world has never seen. For a small fee, they shall take care of you. How odd. How odd there's only one door. Except that there is not only one door. Yoshimo, be a darling.
Fleet of foot and all that.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Guards! Thieves try to gain entrance. Kill them! Oh, baby. Well.
Speak.
1,
What do you need? I am
2,
skilled in poisons. Who says?
3,
I am ready.
4, 5,
What can I do?
6. Dun 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 dun.
Yes?
Wow, that went quickly. Alright, I will take the guild key,
This is a lot more
and
exciting
Aerie
than
will
this.
grab that identify scroll. The container is full! I didn't even know you could fill these things. Take that out. I should definitely use some of these scrolls then. You know, considering that there is an upper limit on how much you can keep in here. Which is fascinating.
What is it? This will not take long.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
If it must be done.
Well, I'm reasonably certain that's the door we just came through. Fancy.
It will be done.
Empty. In more ways than one.
Certainly.
Okay, yeah, that is the door we came through.
Quickly and precisely.
No more guard, no more guard.
Clear yourself.
What in the hells are you doing? Captain Raird's intruders!
I'll test your I'll test your
With vengeance.
This is probably not the route I should have used. You know, considering that I'm supposed to be a good person, but...
Jump on my sword while you can, Evil. I won't be as gentle.
Speak. Without hesitation.
Nice room.
Take long.
I probably should have gone back outside and paid for a bit of pleasure.
You require my Yoshimo is willing.
Is the girl in the closet? No, but there is another key in here that may well be quite useful.
Yes, if it must be done. I am listening. What's your tale?
Ellie, how did you get in here? Guards! Eek, help us! The guards are dead, girls.
It will be done.
Interesting. It seems to just be a room that we could get screamed at and nothing else. Yoshimo isn't finding anything at all. Okay.
Without doubt.
Oh, great. More doorways.
Where shall I display my... You're right behind me, right?
What is it? Quickly and precisely.
Alright, well, let's try this door. That's a nope. What about this door?
I take no pleasure in speaking to one as low as you.
And as such, a sentence of death has been imposed on you, Claire. Excuse you? Okay, I feel less bad about killing all your guards. Please, I have served you for years. Why could you not let me go? Silence. The punishment is severe and immediate. An example shall be made of you, as was made of your husband, Sanic. I should think that... Galvena, we have a guest. So we do. Who are you, woman? Where are my useless guards? Well, they're busy being useless on the floor. Yeah, that's pretty much the answer. Your men are indisposed, good woman. Hand over the girl without a fuss, and you just might avoid any unpleasantries, although that is, of course, up to Foxwine. The girl is soon to be dead, and regardless, is my property. You have no claim on her. I need some information from her. Take her back when I have learned if she knows anything of use. People are not property. Free her or face my wrath. People are not property. How bold! Vadik, what do you make of this? Arrogance is a common trait among the dregs of adventuring. Oh, I am far from the dregs. Well put. I would say a lesson in humility is in order. Vadik, begin the lesson. With pleasure. Oh, lessons shall begin. Oh, lessons will definitely begin. Well, he seems like a castery sort. I'm gonna hit him.
Swords, not words.
Minsk, I think you should have it out with Galvena, and take Jahira with you.
I'm still here.
Yes, Valgar, you should help me with the wizard. And so should Yoshimo. Eri, you go for Galvena. You'll be back up. Oh no! I killed them very easily. Okay, take the quarterstaff, take this leather armor, take the flail. Everything seems lovely here.
Speak.
And hopefully Claire isn't too terrified to talk to us now.
Without hesitation.
Hi, Claire.
Hello there.
Oh, thank you. She was going to kill me. Did Sanik send you? I must go and find him. I'm sorry to say that Galvena had Sanik killed. I saw the whole thing. I must be brief. Sanik was killed by Galvena's assassin just before he was going to tell me how I might gain access to the asylum. Or, from all accounts, Galvena deserved to die. You are free to go, but I was wondering if you couldn't help me first. It's either the first one or the last one, but the question is which one? I'm gonna go with the last one. I don't know that I'm going to manage to get the information that I need from her if she knows that her husband is dead. I'm sorry to be all mercenary on you, ma'am. From all accounts, she deserved to die. You're free to go, but I was wondering if you couldn't help me first. I will do anything that I can, but I must see my husband Sanik first. I'm sorry to say that Sanik was killed by Galvena's assassin. I saw the whole thing unfold. Killed? No. No, why did she have to... I'm sorry. I suspected that she might have killed him, but I didn't want to believe it. He was going to take me away from all of this, but now... I'm very sorry. Do you have anywhere to go to? Or, I must be brief. Sanik was killed by Galvena's assassin just before he was going to tell me how I might gain access to the asylum. Do you have anywhere else to go? The captain of Sanik's vessel, Golan, is a good man. He would offer me safety. Sanik's captain? Mayhaps he will have the information that I seek. Where can we find him? I shall escort you to him and ensure your safety. The first one. Mayhaps he will have the information. He will be near the docks. I shall take you to him. Come. Okay, so... Okay. Claire doesn't have it, so... Find... Golan. For intel. Okay. To the docks with all of us.
Hello there.
Captain Golan, is that you? Claire, we've been searching all over for you since Sanik was murdered. Are you all right? Who have you brought with you? I'm okay now. Galvena nearly killed me to make an example to the other girls. This is the woman who saved me. Then we are in her debt. Thank you, friend, for saving Claire. Is there anything that we can do to repay you? If Sanic were still alive, he would offer you his life. The girl deserved a better life. Galvana seemed to me a woman of no small evil. I only need to know how to enter the asylum. Sanic was going to tell me when he was killed. Or a reward would not be unwelcome. The only reward I want is the information that I'm looking for. So we're going to go with the longer speech. Jorg, hello! Welcome to the stream. Spellhold? Well now, I'm not sure you would even want to get in there. People that go in don't usually come back out again. Well, that's kind of the point. But I see that you are determined. So be it. I'll say what I know, though it won't be of tremendous help. Only two kinds of people get in there. Cowled wizards and deviants, people with special conditions of the mind. Tell me about the cowled wizards. Or how do the magical deviants get admitted? Tell me about the wizards. There's really only one representative of the cowled wizards here, and he's long since given up their rigid discipline. This place doesn't suit it. His name is Perth the Adept, and he is seemingly free to come and go from Spellhold all he wants. Uses a wardstone to pass the gates, I think. Oh, that's very useful information. Okay, so... Cowled wizard... Perth the Adept has a, let's see, wardstone to pass asylum gates. Okay. You might, convince him to give it up. He might take a bribe, but likely your meeting with him will have to be violent. How about those judged to be deviant? How are they admitted? Or, thank you for your help, that's all I need to know. Okay, what about the deviant ones? How are they admitted? Well, on the mainland, you would have to cause one heck of a magical disturbance, and if you survive the Cowled Wizard's reprisal, you might get sent there. Here on the Isle itself, we don't work like that, don't care about magic. Desherik uses Spellhold for other reasons, dumps his enemies there, sometimes friends too. Other than troublemakers, the asylum also holds mages and others with actual mental instabilities. They can prove quite dangerous and are better locked away. A little too much salt water can taint the mind, and it's not uncommon for someone to lose their grip. Desherik is the one that can order them confined. Prove to be unstable, and Desherik might send you there. The trip would not be gentle, though. His chambers are a good ways west of here, a large building tucked against the hills. Tell the doorman I sent you. I think I prefer the strong-arming the Cowled Wizard route. Perhaps if I wave Valgar at him, he'll be distracted enough that I will just be able to pick it up off the floor or something. Thanks, that's all I needed to know. All right, then. Still don't know why you'd want to get in there. I've heard even more screams than usual from there. However, I thank you for your assistance. Okay. Well, we know things now. So, we need to find Perth the Adept. And that is definitely not him. Perhaps if I go back to the bar, maybe somebody at the bar will know. Right? Or maybe he just hangs out at the bar like everybody else. Okay, before I do anything else, I should save. Okay. Alright. Captain Bob Holmes, Pirate Noof, Pirate Scoppy. Noof and Scott. Okay. Cortesian, Jimmy, Paul. Why is the captain in rags? Bill and Dan. Okay, let's try Holmes.
Seas are sure rough this time.
By Umberley's teat. Where's my meat and grog? Well, that would be why he's naked, because he's spent all his money on recreational. Alright, Noof. Please don't a boot at me.
Seas are sure rough.
No, yep, you did worse than a boot at me. Okay. I's the bye that builds the boat, and I's the bye that sails her. I's the bye that catches the fish and brings them home to Lizer. And no, I'm not going to sing it because I'm not going to give them that opportunity. I do know the tune, though. I don't know anyone who doesn't know the tune. All right. Pirates, Scotty, please no. Yeah, I already did that one today. I'm not going to do it again. All right, Jimmy. I flounder and then I lobster. I flounder and then I lobster. With all my soul I know she'll be a swimming home to me. Uh-huh. Okay, Paul.
A quick prayer to Umberley is all that stands between me and the sea's bottom.
Yeah, no. No. Dan.
The seas are sure rough this time of year.
Why are they... Okay, I have a bunch of howling dogs going on in the background of my stream. They're outside, and I don't know why they're all howling, but this is a thing that's happening now, and I do apologize. Ahoy there, mate. Pull up a chair and let us carouse together. We all here be sailors of the Bleeding Mary, testing our land livers while on shore leave. The Bleeding Mary? From where do you hail, sailor? From where do you hail? Oh, the dogs are getting louder. What's that? Aye, I be a salt-encrusted citizen of the high seas, I be, and a 10-time survivor of the scurvy wastin'. Of course. Fascinating, but I really must be going. Of course. Aha, I won't lie to ye. We come from Baldur's Gate. Sailors we was, but pirates we'll be. Unfortunate business with our employer, you understand. A nasty bugger by the name of Saravok. Killed poor Zack, he did. We had to skip town right quick when a woman called Foxwine up and killed him. Now we be pirates. Dan! Dan! Hi! Hello, Dan. Oh boy, just wait until I introduce myself. Dan? Dan. Oh, Dan. Bill? Aye, mate, bend your ear for a second. What do you call a fish with no eyes? Psh! Har 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 har! You're a landlubber if I ever saw one, mate. Yeah. Can I not introduce myself to Dan? I want to introduce myself to Dan. The Bleeding Mary? Aye, she's a fine ship who moves at a fast clip. There's ne'er been better, you have my word. We've outsaid Baldur himself, were he still here to meet the challenge. She used to be called the Yawning Mary, but she didn't exactly strike fear into the hearts of our victims. I'll be seeing you in the drunk tank. Oh man, I cannot introduce myself to Pirate Dan. I'm so sad. Okay, well, that definitely has not helped me with finding the dude that I'm looking for.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
I really wanted to introduce myself to Dan, though. Temple of Underley, Pirate Lord, Lady Galvana, Kaya's home? Kaya's home? And then there's this place that hasn't been labeled. You know what, let's try the unlabeled place. Thankfully, the dogs have stopped, at least. Hello? Oh, you're not useful. Alright. Hello?
In the name of the council,
Hello?
here to keep order.
Is it time once again for the experiments? I illustrate your instructions, Warden. You, are you of the Cowled Wizards? I demand something from you. I wonder if I might have a moment of your time. I seek information. Or, hello, I'm here with Foxwine, and I have some things to ask you. Here with Foxwine? I wonder if I might have a moment of your time. A moment? No, all the moments are together. All together and with another. I have no moments. You are in the company with Foxwine. The likeness of who to recognize have been given to me in my head. Foxwine? Foxwine? This isn't right. I don't think he's in control of himself. Maybe dominated or something? Foxwine, if the subject is encountered, do not hesitate to test her limits. These are valuable parameters for study. Oh no. Well, this is very unfortunate. So, Irenicus let himself be arrested just because he knew that there would be more experimentation subjects. And I really should have realized that before, but, you know, I was distracted by being mad about Imoen not being Imoen anymore. No one will be testing anyone's limits while Yoshimo is involved. Do you hear, fool? Yoshimo. Yoshimo? Inconsequential. Acceptable losses in exchange for the benefits of learning the limits of Foxwine. I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I called it just earlier in this stream. Think harder, you fool. That can't be right. You do not matter. You will be dealt with as is convenient. Now settle down. Are you in control of yourself? Perhaps I can help you. Quit speaking in riddles, you cowled bastard. Where is Imoen? Or you'll take me to Irenicus and you'll do it now. You know, beyond Yoshimo, being, yeah, I like Yoshimo. He's been very helpful. I don't want to have to kill him. I really hope that I don't have to kill him. Are you in control of yourself? Test of limits. Yes, test of limits. Well, okay. Okay, everybody just gang up on him, I guess. Goodbye! Good night. Wardstone and Spellbook. Oh boy. Okay.
You need something?
Aerie, take the Spellbook. I think it's best in your hands. I'll take the Wardstone. Alright, let's trash the place, I guess. Oh man, everything's happening to me tonight. Yawns, hiccups, coughs. Alright. Yoshimo, be useful for as long as you're still on my side. That's interesting. Why can't you reach that box? Ooh, handy. Send that over to Valgar. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Gem and History of the Drow. Okay. I will read the History of the Drow too, even though I ought to be ending the stream. History of the Drow, the Dark Wars. The warlike Drow nature did not change when they escaped their surface foes during the descent. In fact, they immediately launched a series of wars to establish territories in the Underdark. They began by stealing and seizing dwarven magical items and using them against the dwarves, establishing an enmity that is still strong today. The drow then fought amongst themselves, noble against noble, priest against priestess, for rule of their new realm. This all-out war ended amid great magical explosions that brought down the roof of the largest dwarven cavern they had seized, Great Beherinden. The ceiling collapsed entirely, burying many drow and the shattered dwarven cities. The cavern, now open to the sky, became known as the Great Rift. The surviving drow nobles gathered what people, slaves, and equipment they could seize and fled into the Underdark in search of places to dwell. The scattering brought about the many rival, self-interested cities where most drow live today. Blah. Okay. Alright, Yoshimo. Yeah, as I suspected. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Necklace and a gold piece. Okay. Well, it doesn't seem to have killed him, so maybe he just had an alignment change. I actually don't want him to change alignments. He's already neutral, which is good enough. Put that there, put that there. You know, we can probably get rid of Galena's keys at this point. Who had the other one? Who did have the other key? How weird. Well, I don't pretend to understand. Oh, and I probably don't need this either. So we'll just leave that on the floor. I can't believe there's nothing else to loot in here.
Speak. Certainly.
Okay.
Direct me as you will.
Okay, so yes, Yoshimo is definitely being set on me to observe me at the very least. So that's spectacular. You know, we haven't gone to the temple. Let's hi.
I am ready, I think.
Yes?
I didn't want to click on an individual. I want you all to go through the door. Hi.
Quickly and precisely.
Why do you disturb my meditations?
The Bitch Queen of the Deeps welcomes you to her house, mortals. Do you seek her favor in your travels? I do. What services have you available? Or I do not have need of your services. I don't know. I'm happy to talk. What services do you have? Donation, healing, buy and sell, identify. I have stuff that needs to be identified. Halberd, quarterstaff, leather armor, flail. Halberd +2, quarterstaff +2, leather armor +3, and a flail +2. Interesting. Pretty ordinary stuff, though, otherwise. Jahira, you don't have anything to identify, nor do you, but you do. Please identify this spell book. This ancient tome creaks as you open it. Each page of the Book of Infinite Spells contains a spell described in layman's terms, easy enough for a thief, a cleric, or even a fighter to understand and cast it. Each spell on a page can be cast once per day. A second function of the book is to turn to a different page of the book. This allows for the possibility of getting a better spell. However, once the page has been turned, the previous spell is lost forever unless it happens to appear again. Be warned, once you turn to the last page of the book, you are stuck with that spell. The spell on this page is Fireball. Ha ha! A fireball is an explosive burst of flame which detonates with a low roar and delivers damage proportional to the level of the wizard who cast it. 1d6 points of damage for each level of experience of the caster, up to a maximum of 10d6. The wizard points her finger and speaks the range, distance and height at which the fireball is to burst. A streak flashes from the pointing digit, and unless it impacts upon a material body or solid barrier prior to attaining the prescribed range, blossoms into the fireball. An early impact results in an early detonation. Creatures failing their saving throws each suffer full damage from the blast. Those who roll successful saving throws manage to dodge, fall flat, or roll aside, each receiving half. Not usable by Wizard Slayer. Oh my goodness. Now that is an extremely dangerous book. My, my, my. And do we have anything interesting in here? No, not too interesting, alas. Although, perhaps I should... Oh, I can't sell weaponry to them. Never mind. Thank you for your time. We will not loot your temple. How do I get... Okay, there's the door. Bye! Thanks for identifying that really dangerous book, which we are definitely not going to let Aerie carry. You know what, Jaheira? Jaheira, I trust you with this book more than I trust anybody else in this party. You will not betray me. Okay, so been to the temple, been to the vulgar monkey, been to the fest hall, haven't been to Kaya's home or the pirate lord's home. Okay, it is midnight my time, which does mean that I should be wrapping up. So, I've got the ward stone. The best thing to do would be to go up here
Without hesitation.
and just have the whole party gather up here. And visit the Spellhold, where various terrible things will happen next week. Man. I mean, I just reminded everyone earlier this stream that the place that I found Yoshimo was in the dungeon of Irenicus, which admittedly was also where I found Jaheira in Minsk, but I already knew Jaheira in Minsk. Yoshimo was just like, I am a fellow who is also lost like you. Maybe we could help each other out. And it's just, he's proved to be, you know, quite useful. So I really hope that he doesn't betray me and force me to have to kill him, and, you know, he's been a good companion. Sure, he doesn't talk as much, and sure, he's been a bit weird about the whole Shadow Thieves thing the whole time, which is admittedly very strange, but, you know, he doesn't engage me in conversations about sin or the nature of goodness, or, you know, about whether or not paladin vows are for him, or anything like that, and he just does his job, and he does it very well, incredibly well, for the fact that he hasn't got an upgraded short bow, and I would be very sad to see him go. So I really do hope that he doesn't betray me. I've been very good to him. And he's never said anything like against me except for the whole Yoshimo. Yoshimo he may be a problem. He may be a problem in the near future. So, well, it's been a couple of things, really, Jorg. The previous chapter, I have made it to a new chapter. In the previous chapter, when I was working for the Shadow Thieves to get passage to this whole asylum, Yoshimo kept trying to talk me out of it. Whether trying to talk me out of associating with the Shadow Thieves or talk me out of getting access to Spellhold, I'm not sure which, but he was definitely trying to talk me out of it. And, some things were brought up recently, I believe by Bodhi, or is it Bodhi? I'm still not sure how you're supposed to pronounce her name. Which was at the point that I brought up the fact that the place that I found Yoshimo, and that he's been in my party since, is in the Bodhi? Okay, so I'm going to forget that by next week, but I'm going to try and pronounce it properly for the rest of this week. But I did feel that it was important to mention that Yoshimo and I ran into each other at Irenicus's. When I was escaping from Irenicus, that was when I found Yoshimo. And the Shadow Thieves leader brought up, that I was the only living thing that had ever come out of there. And it's just like, well, Jahira and Minsk came out with me as well, but also so did Yoshimo. And that's concerning. And just now, when I was confronting the cowled wizard in his home, Yoshimo was yelling at him, "It's Yoshimo! Yoshimo! Do you hear me? Yoshimo!" As if that was going to make the dominated by Irenicus cowled wizard, stop? Or not attack him? Or something like that. So I do have a few concerns about who Yoshimo may or may not actually be, and who he may or may not really be working for. So we shall see. We shall definitely see. I do definitely have concerns about Yoshimo at this point. I want to believe that he's going to be my friend for the rest of the game, but there are certain pointers that well, I'm a little cautious. I'm a little cautious. I'm feeling a few suspicions is what I'm saying. So we shall see. I'm about to go up to Spellhold, where Irenicus has been running his experiments while he waits for me, I guess. So we'll all find out together exactly what's going on there, because I think that whatever is going on with Yoshimo, they're not going to wait too much longer to pull the trigger on it. So possibly I'll find out next week, but not this week, because I am calling it a night here. So, for anyone who is interested in my previous adventures in both Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2, you can find all of that on my YouTube channel, which I've just linked to in the chat. There is a playlist there, both for Baldur's Gate 1 and for Baldur's Gate 2, so you can easily find those games and not have to go digging through everything else, because I do use my YouTube channel as an archive for all of my streams. Oh, the flu. Oh, how nasty, Jorg. I hope it passes quickly and without much comment. So thank you very much for showing up despite your flu, and I do hope you feel better soon. maybe even by tomorrow night, which is when I'm going to be streaming again, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be playing City Skylines for Management Monday. I will be continuing to work on the city of Vintberg and trying to raise it to the maximum of whatever it is that I'm going to be doing. And hopefully I wrote down which of the monuments I was going for, but maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't remember. But as it goes, it's mainly bringing things up to maximum level. At the moment, I've been trying to work on the university a bit, hopefully getting more students to attend. I've gotten academic works, which should hopefully attract some more students, but I'm also trying to get all the population unlocked, so I'm trying to get people to move in. If I remember correctly, this upcoming Monday I will be starting the stream with building a new residential neighborhood or expanding an existing one of those two, and we'll see what else happens in the stream. I do have a whole to-do list. Then I will be back again on Wednesday night, starting at as close to 7 p.m. as we can get enough people together to form a room. I will be playing either Among Us or Scribble It, or hopefully both, with my friends. Scribble It is the game that we play when we don't have enough people yet to play Among Us. It is sort of a Pictionary style game where one person draws and everyone else tries to guess, and it gets pretty funny in our group because not a single one of us can spell and very few of us can draw. So it gets pretty funny by the second round-ish usually, and we have a lot of fun with it. Then, somewhere around 10:15 or 10:20 or so usually, when my friends have to go to bed because they need to be up in the morning for their day jobs, I switch over to my solo Valheim server where I try my best not to die very often. The upcoming in Valheim this Wednesday is going to be continuing the preparations for the fight against Bone Mass, the giant slime boss in the swamp of Valheim. I have found the altar. I have killed a few things around the area, but I have not prepped properly. I need to put a portal down where I don't have to swim to get to the Bone Mass fight. I need to level out the ground. I need to make sure that I've taken out all of the nearby spawners so that that stuff doesn't get involved in the fight. And possibly I need to build a structure of some sort to fight Bone Mass from, because being on the ground to fight it is not the best idea. So that is kind of the list of things to do, and we'll see how many of them I manage to get through on Wednesday night before midnight. And then next Thursday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, it will be Darkest Dungeon. Last week was supposed to be my last Darkest Dungeon for a while, but unfortunately I had a giant allergy attack and I could not stream. So this upcoming week it's going to be Darkest Dungeon for Try Not to Die Thursday, which will be the last Darkest Dungeon stream for a while. Who knows how long. I do wish to switch games, but I also don't wish to promise a last stream and then not actually deliver it. So I'm moving everything back by a week. So this will be the last stream for a while of Darkest Dungeon coming up this Thursday, and then I will be switching Try Not to Die games, and we'll see what I switch to. I've already decided, but I'm not going to tell you yet. And then, next Sunday night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I shall return to Baldur's Gate 2, and breaking into this asylum where I'm probably not going to manage to capture Irenicus, but maybe I'll be able to retrieve Imoen, and hopefully not get stabbed in the back by Yoshimo, but who knows? All these things await to be found out next week, and hopefully will be found out next week. So, that is the upcoming week in my schedule, all the games I'm going to be playing, and everything that I plan to do in those games, as much as I do or can plan for any of them. Most of them are completely unplannable, so But in any case, plan or no, I have fun, and I did have fun tonight, and I hope that all of you had at least as much fun as I did, and I hope that you all have a great night. Good night!